Hi and Assalamualaikum. Thank you to Dr. Ungku Khairunnisa for this opportunity. Okay, first let me introduce myself. My name is Huda and I'm a UTM space student. Today I'll be responsible for hosting this talk with few UTM space students, and our topic is about the challenges of online learning during COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. But before we get started, I want to take a few minutes of your time explaining how the COVID-19 pandemic has changed our education forever. COVID-19 pandemic have negatively affected many countries around the world. Many countries face challenges in overcoming socio-economic issues due to the pandemic. One of the issues that Malaysia faces, among others, is tertiary education in terms of online teaching. On 27 May 2020, the Ministry of Higher Education (MOHE) announced that all university lectures must be conducted fully online with no face-to-face lessons allowed. Students and lecturers are required to stay at home, and there will be no physical classroom or face-to-face lectures. The decision made by the ministry made the universities to implement online teaching method integrated with various types of teaching tools. Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Webinar are the few popular teaching tools widely adapted for conducting online classes in Malaysia. Although there are some universities have integrated some form of online teaching and learning into their coursework, moving the world programs from face-to-face to online teaching courses may challenges among academicians not only in higher education but in secondary and primary school education. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our first guest, Ms. Kalai, to deliver her opinion regarding challenges of online learning students. Facing during this COVID-19 pandemic.
My name is Kalai. Today I am going to talk one of the challenges of online learning that students are facing during this COVID-19 pandemic. Technology issues are one of the main issues. Since online classes are done completely through the computer, it can occur that make it difficult to complete courses on time. Students must have modern computers to run online classroom systems, and schools often require Microsoft Word and other expensive programs. When there are technological problems, it can be hard to access the classroom or get live help, which can be a major disadvantage when deadlines arrive. In addition, one of the main concerns of the remote teaching is bandwidth access to the synchronous classes. Sometimes both lecturers and students are often encountered connectivity issues. Slow internet speed or lagging Wi-Fi may missing out a chunk of lectures when the internet freezes. Since the atmosphere and learning environment is not the same as sitting in the classroom with students. Sometimes this complication is largely out of control since the online classes depend on strong internet connection, which depend on individuals' broadband package subscribes and number of people who are online at home. Thank you, that's it from me. Now I will pass this to our next guest, Miss Thivya.
Thank you, Kalai. My name is Thivya and today I'm going to share about my thoughts of the challenges of online learning that students are facing during this COVID-19 pandemic. Environmental challenges will exist if the surrounding environment presents disturbance and threats to individuals. In implementing online learning, students and lecturers will be at home or certain designated places while implementing teaching and learning sessions. Most of the students during their MCO will be in their respective homes along with other siblings. They will face a tight schedule of implementation of their respective areas. Environmental disturbance such as noise disturbance, siblings, homework, and learning environment become a threat and a constraint. As a result, I found that the mental aspect is a major challenge in students undergoing the online learning process. During COVID-19, I studied at home So there were many disturbances such as noisy environment, and sometimes my younger siblings or parents bothered me, so I couldn't do my homework or attend online class peacefully. My biggest challenge is the environment, because when I'm at home, there are siblings, noises, and so on. At home, I can study anywhere. Only if there is a disturbance, that is a bit difficult for me. In my opinion, it is so challenging to use this online learning platform, because when studying at campus, the atmosphere will be different than studying at home. That's it from me, and I would like to pass to the next presenter, Miss Ruthra, to share about her thoughts on the challenges of online learning during this COVID-19 pandemic era.
Good morning. I'm Ruthra Subramaniam, one of the presenter of the challenges of online learning during COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. Today, I'm going to share my thoughts about the challenges of online learning, and one of it is poor students' engagement in online learning classes. Students' engagement in a classroom is vital in order to know the acceptance of the lessons. Online learning can turn students into passive learners rather than active participations. In face-to-face classroom, lecturer encourage the students to participate in the class activities. Conversely, it becomes difficult during online since they are unavailable to see them physically. A lack of motivation and discipline to work in isolate makes it easier for an online student to give up without any noticing. It can be difficult for the instructor to teach when they are struggle to gauge how students gain understanding of the module content and whether they are participating in learning experience or not. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruthra. As a conclusion, online teaching in Malaysia is a new platform of transmitting lessons to the student, even though a few institutions have adopted it prior to the pandemic. The public and the private universities struggled very much in structuring an effective way to teaching, especially when some of the institutions were in the middle of the semester. Henceforth, the success of online teaching is still in the infant stage as many universities in Malaysia. I guess this is the end of our talk. Thank you everyone for the informative and interesting speech. Stay safe and see you again. Thank you.